Right, morning guys, welcome to Wednesday's phonics lesson. This will be today's and there will be a little bit tacked on the end for tomorrow, so there's not an actual video for tomorrow, it's just for today. So here are all our tricky words that we've been working on this week. It's just been a kind of a recap of everything we've done so far really before the end of this half term. I know it's been a long one. So what I want you to do is to pick 3 of the words that are written on the board and see if you can write each one in a sentence. So I want 3 sentences. Please don't just pick 1 word or 3 words and use them all in one sentence. They need to be 3 sentences. Now remember, let's try and make these sentences as good as they possibly can do. Let's see if we can add some adjectives or add some conjunctions. Make sure you've got a full stop and a capital letter as well. So pause the video now and do your 3 sentences. Brilliant, well done. Okay, so we're going to move on. First of all, we're going to do our timer again. So I'm going to get up my clock. Let's move it over here. So hopefully you've been adding to this as you've gone Monday and yesterday. And today we're going to see if we can do some more words. So you should be starting to fill up the first 4 parts of this sheet really. So your 1 minute starts now. So see what words you can remember without cheating from your phonics from yesterday or even Monday. Okay, you've had 20 seconds. You're doing really well so far. You've had half your time now. Right, 20 seconds left. Keep going, keep thinking of those words. What IE words did you cut up and stick in your book from yesterday? What E words did I ask you to spell? 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1 and stop. Okay, put that to one side. We can do it one more. You can do it one more time tomorrow. I won't put the timer on. You'll have to do a timer at home, but tomorrow's your last day of doing that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to recap yesterday's learning. So I've got Ob and Bob to help me today. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 words written down here. I would like you to put them into 2 columns. So make an Ob bit on your book, make a Bob bit in your book, okay? And you're going to have a go at reading these words and telling me whether they are nonsense and they go to Ob or real and they go to Bob. I am not going to read them for you. We'll go through them afterwards though. So pause the video now and do the words. Okay, good, well done. So the first one is these, which is a Bob word with our split diagram. Grief is also a Bob word. So grief is when you're feeling sad about something. We've got beam. Well, beam is a word, but that's not how you spell it, so that goes to Ob. Shriek, it's like crying or screaming. That's a real word. Deal, again, deal is a word, but not how you spell it. Sweet, again, sweet is a word, but not how you spell it. Even is a word, and leap. So all of these were words, but they weren't the correct spellings of them. Okay? Right, let's move on then. So we have done E, we've done E, we've done the IEE, and we've done the split diagraph. So we're going to focus today on the ones that end the words. Now, this one should be pretty familiar to you because you did it last week. Not last week, 2 weeks ago. The E at the end of the word, but we've got 2 E's at the end of the word. So both the Y and the EY come at the end of the words when making the E sound. They sometimes follow a double consonant. Okay? If it's not a double consonant. Sometimes the Y makes an I. So we've got jelly, muddy, trolley, and chimney. And I'm gonna do the sound buttons for these words. M, A, D, E. So look, we've got double consonants for the Y. If there wasn't a double consonant, it would make the I sound, like sky, for example, or try. Here we've got R, O, L, E, and Ch, I, M, E, chimney. Now, sometimes these have a double consonant, but sometimes they just have two different consonants. Okay? So, I'm going to get you to pause the video again. I have got 5 sentences. I would like you to write down in your book any words that have the E or E graphemes in that make the E sound from these sentences. Okay, so I will read the first one to you, but I'm not going to underline the words. We saw monkeys pushing a trolley today in Tesco's. Okay, which of those words have one of these E sounds in? Write them down in your book. Okay, so pause the video and have a go at the rest. Off you go now. Okay, I'm going to give you a little clue. There should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 words written on your in your book. If you haven't got 10 words, you might want to pause the video again and have another go. But let's see if we can go through those 10 words now. Okay, so we saw monkeys pushing a trolley today in Tesco. The chief, that has our E sound in, but it's not the one we're looking for. Was the chief held a spear and a shield and was ready to fight. I spent my pocket money on a jar of honey for poo. Mummy and Daddy got married before I was born. Oh, missed the full stop at the end of that sentence. Let's put that one in quickly. And then I was not happy because my penny fell down the chimney. Not quite sure what you were doing up on the roof for that sentence, but that's what happened to the penny. So there are all the words that have the E sound at the end of the words with the Y and the EY. Okay? That was a simple activity. It was just a bit of reading. Okay, so let me explain today's task and then I'll go through and explain tomorrow's task, was a little bit trickier. Okay, so here we've got E, 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 E and E. All I want you to do is to tell me what is in the picture. Okay, so all of these ones have the E sound, EE, all of these have EA, all of these have EY, all of these have the split digraph, and all of these have the E at the end as a Y. If there's any you don't know for any reason at all, just leave it blank. Maybe even come back to it tomorrow. Okay, so have a go at this one. Let me just carry on the video and explain what we're going to do tomorrow, because this is a bit trickier. So Thursday's activity. You've still got the same sounds, but what words could I have made? Okay, ignore the squiggles. It just doesn't like the squiggles. Okay, so how many different words can you think of for each one? There is an example done for every single one. You'll notice that there's an extra E sound in here. So first of all, we've got E, and we've got this dash, or this space before it. Okay, now that space can be is a sound. So it could be one letter, as in C. It could be 2 letters that make a sound, like sh or ch or f. What words can you think of? I'm not going to tell you how many there are for each. Okay, for this one you've got S, E-d, but could you have other ones? Could you have any other words that begin with a different letter but have "ed" at the end? Or maybe a different letter at the end as well? Like seen, for example. Here we've got the split diagraph. I apologise for the blue bit, but that won't be on your sheet. So here I've got th, e, s, these. Here we've got ch, e, f, chief. But that could be one letter. It could be two letters. I just want you to see what you can do. So it's a sound. For this one, we've got two sounds before the E. So we've got the F and the U to make fleet. Here we've got Ch, E, P, cheap. This one, think about the tricky words. Me. Are there any other tricky words that we know that could be? We haven't talked about this for an actual lesson, but I think you can at least come up with a few more for that one. And this one, we've got here. The double M makes one sound. So it's M-U-M-M-Y for mummy. But can you come up with any other ones? Okay, another one you could have would be daddy. Look. Yeah. Okay. So give yourself a bit of time to come up with as many as you can. I know it's hard coming up with your own words, but really try, experiment, get a scrap piece of paper and just write down some sounds on there, see if it makes a word. And then what I want you to do is pick one word from each of the columns and use in a sentence. So you should have 8 sentences written in your book. Okay, and that is it for today's phonics and for the week's phonics. Okay, so well done. You've got through to half term. We're going to be looking at another group of graphemes for a single sound after half term. And good luck with this sheet, because I think it's going to challenge you, but I think you'll do really well.